Hey guys, Ginger here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you guys my October TBR. So believe it or not, I've already filmed this once, and it was right after Contemporary-a-thon ended, and I was just not in my groove of doing sit-down videos. So I am refilming this so that I sound a little more put together and not so spacey, because for some reason the first time I filmed this I was just not feeling like filming. So we're doing this again and hopefully this is a better video. Plus I got my fall decorations up, even though they're just a couple leaves, and I am feeling much more confident in this outfit than I was. So we're just going to talk about the books that I have planned to read in the month of October, except for my Spookathon TBR, which will be posted separately next week once I finish getting everybody's recommendations figured out and actually put books in for the prompt. So besides that, and 2 books for a secret video that I'm planning, I will show you the rest of the books that I'm planning to read this month, hopefully, because some of them are pretty big. So first I'm going to talk about the 2 arcs that I'm planning to read this month. One of them comes out in November. Yes, and the other one came out in September, but I didn't receive it until the middle of the month, so I decided I was just going to push it back and read it this month since I got it. And so the September release is Minor Prophets by Jimmy Cajules. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but this one seems kind of spooky. I like the owl on the cover, and there is people with visions and powers and all this fun stuff, so it seems spooky and interesting, and that's why I requested it, and I'm so happy I got it. So thank you to the publishers for sending it my way. I'm sorry I couldn't read it in September, but obviously it came to me late somehow, so I am going to read it this month, and hopefully it has some October vibes, because that's what I'm trying to go for this month. But obviously we will read whatever I want to read, because I get to decide. And then the next book on here is not spooky or anything, but it's the one that comes out in November, and that is The Innocents by Michael Crummy. Crummy sounds weird. Crummy? Crummy? I don't know. But this is actually a really heavy paperback, and I love it. I love weighted paperbacks. But this is about 2 orphans who are pretty much trying to survive by themselves, and it feels like it's going to be hard-hitting and emotional, and it was something that really intrigued me, so that's why I requested it, and I'm so happy that I got it. And if you guys have been around for a while, you know that I like to read my arcs ahead of time, so since this comes out in November, I'd like to get to it this month. Obviously, there's been a few that I have not gotten to in time in the past, but we're going to try again. So this one's on my TBR as well, and I am very excited to see if it is as hard-hitting and enjoyable as it sounds. Then we have 2 spooky reads that I actually bought for Spookathon last year, and I didn't actually do Spookathon last year because I was just not in a great place when that came along. So I am going to put these books on this year's TBR, and if I do not finish them this month, I'm carrying on my spooky reads into November, because there's just so many, and I know that any time is good time for spooky reads, but October and November just seem perfect for me. So the first one I have here is Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk, the author of Fight Club, and this is just a very spooky cover in my opinion. So I believe this is a collection of short stories that are supposed to be horror, and I'm really excited. I haven't read a short story collection in a while, and so this is going to be good because I can just read a couple stories, move on to another book, read a couple stories, whatever, and then yeah, so I have this one on my TBR, and like I said, I got it last year, so I'm excited to read this, and I've never read a Chuck Palahniuk book, so I'm excited to see if I like his writing style, and I've actually never watched Fight Club either, so whoops. And then this next book is actually pretty chunky, and it's the one that I don't expect to finish this month, but we shall see. If it's really good, I might. But it is Carrion Comfort by Dan Simmons, and this is supposed to be akin to like Stephen King novels, and this just has some horrific stuff in it, and I think it's kind of post-apocalyptic and all this fun stuff, so I'm excited. It was one that came up last year when I was searching horror books, and so I bought it very cheap, and it seems really interesting and like it's going to be a good book, but it is over 800 pages and it's a mass market paperback, so it's going to take a little bit for me to read. So we shall see how far I get into this, but I would really like to read it this month because it just seems so perfect for this month, you know, like spookiness and all that fun stuff. So I've been waiting a whole year to read it, so I really should get to it this month. And then I have a lot of thrillers that I would like to read that are new releases, so I will just mention them briefly. I don't have them, but I am going to make a library trip at some point this month, and just if I feel in the mood to read them, I will do that. And I might actually do a reading vlog reading all of these new releases because they're all ones I'm super, super excited for. So we shall see. But we have The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. We have Lock Every Door by Riley Sager and Final Girls by Riley Sager, even though that one isn't fairly new. I still haven't read it yet. Someone We Know by Sherry Lapina. The Institute by Stephen King. I think there's another one that I really want to read, but I can't. It's escaping me right now. The Whisper Man and The Swallows. So there are a lot of books that I would like to get to from the library, but I lost my library card. So until I find it, I won't be making that trip. But they are all here, and I am listening to a lot of audiobooks this month, or I'm planning to on my commute. I'm getting back into them, and I am currently listening to The Woman in the Window and really enjoying it, and so some of these books I might be getting on audiobook to listen to as well, so there's that. And then the last two books that I can talk about, or that I want to talk about on this list, are going to be for a reading vlog, and I'm super excited to do it as long as I get some good vloggy content. But one of them is a reread, and then the other one is a book that I haven't read yet, but they go together. So we have The Shining and Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. So The Shining will be a reread for me. This was my first Stephen King read, so I want to reread it and see if it holds up like I remember. I remember loving it in 7th grade when I read this, and 7th grade has been a while now, so I would like to revisit it and refresh my memory, even though I pretty much know what it's about. I just want to dive into King's detailed writing. And then Dr. Sleep is coming out as a movie in November, and I'm kind of intrigued by it, and I've never read the book even though I own it. So after The Shining, we will dive into this book, hopefully, and hopefully it's really good. And I'm planning to do a reading vlog for that because why not? It should be a fun time. But I am excited to read some King. It has been a hot minute since I picked up a King novel, and I still have so many I need to read. So I decided what better time than October to read some more Stephen King. So those are a lot of the books that I plan to read this month. Obviously, I'm not going to get to them all because I just mentioned a whole bunch that I'd like to read. But obviously some of these I definitely want to get to, and some of these will carry on into November. No big deal. But let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning to read in October. If you guys would like to do any buddy reads or what your Spookathon TBR is. And make sure to check out my You Pick My Spookathon TBR video. Comment on that if you would like to recommend me some books to read for Spookathon, because there are just too many books that I would like to read, so I need help. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to see more of my content in the future, like my reading vlog, my surprise video that's coming up, and my wrap up at the end of the month if you would like to see what I think about all the books that I end up reading. So thank you guys again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!